I just bought a 2021 Chevy Camaro LS from Copart for $3,000. I know, I couldn't believe it either. That seems like a really good deal. It was listed as water damage from Detroit, Michigan as the loss type, but the car's still a run and drive unit. With only 72,000 miles on it, this car still has a lot of life left in it. And USAA paid out almost $20,000 on this car. So the question is, can we make it back into a $20,000 car? Or will the water damage be too much to save it? Follow along to find out. All right, let's get a jump pack on this bad boy. Let's see what we got. There we go, 12.9. Hell yeah, baby! Actually sounds really good for a water car. I'm always encouraged when the auction says it runs and drives and the car actually runs and drives. That's a big perk. All right, let's drive this bad boy. God, these things, they bring back memories. Such a fun car. Alright, I look forward to driving this one home, putting a little bit of miles on it. It is the LS model, but it still has power seats and power windows and locks and everything. So I'm not sure why it's an LS. Usually LSs have manual seats and this thing's all power. Check this out. There's not a light on that dash. Oh my gosh. Just the seatbelt. I just took the seatbelt off. That's really encouraging. A water car with no lights on. I wonder if they listed it wrong, if it's not even an LS. I don't think water even got inside of this thing. Nice shiny metal everywhere. Okay, so we do have some lines coming off of here, which is when the water was receding. So it looks like the water got to right about there. The water on this side, Joe, was not high enough to get over the door sill. That's why we're not seeing water inside the car, because it actually didn't get inside the car.
I'm more worried about the window not working.
I put the passenger's window up when I was pulling it in, but this one's not working at all.
It's there. It's just not working.
It's forgot the programming on the windows. Hopefully. All right, let's look under the hood. Initial take is it looks clean. Looks nice under here. Like, what's going on here, really? Was somebody not able to make their car payments, or did this thing really get flooded? That little bit on the passenger's door jamb is not enough to salvage a car. And that explains why the engine sounds so good, because it didn't get any water in it. I'm gonna shut it off, check the fluids, just make sure there's no water in the oil or the transmission fluid. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna go check the VIN on this thing. I'm really not believing that it's an LS model. It just makes no sense with all the features this thing's got. 1G1 Foxtrot Bravo 1 Romeo Sierra 0 Mike 0102458. So it does match, and they reported it as a 1LT. So that all makes sense. Well, according to the history report, it is flood, but it's also an LT instead of an LS. So that's encouraging. We got a little bonus there, huh? That's a home run. We got an LT and paid for an LS. The flood damage is almost nothing, so that's a home run. It's looking like we got a pretty good car so far. Besides the window issue that Joe is hopefully gonna work out for us, this car seems to be in really good shape. Not having a single light on the dash is super rare for when a car first shows up here at the shop. So, hopefully this car is going to get out of here pretty quick. But first, I'm taking this bad boy home for the night. So I got to drive the Camaro last night, and I'll tell you what, my perception of these things needs to change. That car has some pep, man. It was actually kind of fun to drive it. But I did come up with about a half a dozen issues with it, so I need to get these guys to look at it. The front door speakers, I didn't have any sound coming from the front of the car at all. It was all in the back. So we got something going on there. I had a couple messages in the instrument cluster, one about an air filter needing to be serviced, and the other one about the washer fluid being low. So hopefully those are easy. And then when I was on the highway, I noticed the transmission just wasn't quite shifting right. Not sure what's going on there, so they need to research that, make sure the fluid's looking good. And then last, those brakes were pulsing, man. The front brakes need to be replaced. And that's common for the rotors to get flat spots on it, so that doesn't surprise me. We got the car in here on the lift. I'm gonna put Danny and Richard in charge, so cross your fingers. I've got a Zoom call I gotta go deal with, so let's see what these guys come up with.
They've been in there for a minute. That didn't get just accidentally stuck up in there.
Well, the V6 was squatting it down so hard that they had to put something in there.
Watch Fast and Furious. Try to soup up his V6 Camaro.
You think he while he was watching it?
Yeah.
That's what f***ed him up.
Later on at night, he watched Roadhouse and did it too. People just write it randomly. It's going to be written by hand in there. Okay. If it's in the book. If not, they'll just call the dealer and get it for you. Oh, wow. Training? Was that Don't smell hateful.
Yeah. They had different rims on this. All the wood and the spacers back here, because they probably had different rims and tires, like some 20s. And they put that in there to lift it up so they could get the bigger. They take a hammer and you got a punch weld in here. Right there. See how they beat it with a hammer? They beat it flat.
Who the let Danny get a wrench in his hand?
Want to see something cool?
Yeah, I do actually.
They beat this with a hammer so it wouldn't cut their tire.
Oh,
That pinch weld, they beat that nice and flat.
That's what the problem is with getting cars out of Michigan. Everybody up there thinks they're a mechanic.
And then they went back here and they took sheets of plywood.
Oh my gosh! You have got to be kidding me. Danny, that's not even plywood. That's OSB.
That's particle board.
OSB disintegrates when it gets wet.
Well,
Like they weren't even smart enough to put in pressure treated plywood. So that's how you soup up a Camaro. Man, I learn something every day.
right there.
That is some classic right there, boys. And look at it. They even cut this one like a circle, but it's like 4 times bigger than it needs to be.
That's how you get it around. You want 20s on your Camaro?
Bring a sheet of plywood and see Danny.
Rear diff's good. Your transmission, the fluid's pretty black. I think we're gonna get a filter. I'm gonna go ahead and drain out the training, get all new fluid.
Ooh, that is black. It's only got 70,000 miles on it. That's surprising.
Well, once you put 20-inch rims in the particle board and your coil springs, they were probably drag racing.
That explains why all the tires are in good shape, because they never used them.
They switched them out.
You're getting front rotors and pads on it, I assume, because these things were pulsing like crazy.
Yeah. Front rotors, pads, oil change, get this dirty fluid out of the training.
Oh boy. All right, well, it's exciting. I thought I'd seen it all. Oh, this grill's popped out too. Yeah, let's see if we can get it popped back in and how it looks. Last sealed off. Oh, geez. That's coming out of his pay. I'm sick of that shit, Danny.
That ain't happening.
Here it is.
I knew you could do it.
No, you didn't.
I thought that was my job to do the heavy lifting around here. No, that's okay. I'll go ahead and let you do it this time. Danny's always trying to show off that he thinks he's stronger than I am. But I was coming over to get an update on the Camaro. I know he had the transmission fluid that he was working on. Well, let's see what he says.
Oh, what, Billy?
Oh.
Tell me. Watch me walk out. What are you doing? Next time you can't carry it.
Oh,
And Billy watched it happen. He told me when I came back in, he's like, hey, you got gear oil. I'm like,
And it's first thing in the morning. That's the way you're going to start off your day. It's covered in oil. I'm sure you can take it to the company laundromat.
You got that?
No. All right, looks like you got a cabin and air filter put in. You got to do an oil change.
Oil change, air, cabin.
All right, well, continue on, right? See what happens.
Yep.
Hopefully you don't find anything else.
I'll try not to look too hard.
Okay.
I got so much gear oil on my hands I can barely grab the screwdriver. A bit dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's coming through your vents. There's some cars out there, they make you cut the tabs off of the box to get it in there.
Danny was able to bang out every step of our frontline checklist and our initial check-in, and he solved a ton of little problems along the way. So I'm starting to feel pretty excited about this car. He even knocked out the issue we were having with that front door speaker by just fixing some wires that were hanging out under the glove box. But the driver's window still doesn't work. So I'm gonna get Billy to fix that. And of course, I'm gonna be breaking his balls while he does it. Hey Billy, I see you're putting in the window motor. I got a question for you. Did you check it to see if it actually fixed the problem? Or are you gonna put it all together and then check it?
Oh, the funny thing about this, the screws on the inside. The glass not moving, so I have to take everything out.
Oh, you're still taking it apart?
Oh yeah.
I was looking and all that, it said it was only like a 15-minute job.
Oh yeah, all that I like to.
Okay. While Billy was replacing the driver's door window motor, Danny came over to me and let me know that there was an issue with the thermostat. We started getting a check engine light for a low operating temperature, which meant we needed to go in, take out the old thermostat, and get in a new one. So she needs a thermostat, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but not really, it's not that big of a deal. General Motors had the bright idea that they would put the thermostat down, all the way down here in the middle of the V of the engine, which means you got to take the intake manifold completely off. So Michael's already started on it. He's got the intake manifold out of the way. We've got the thermostat here, ready to pull it out. Our friends over at AutoZone hooked us up, got us a new thermostat for 45 bucks. So not a big deal on the price. We just got to get that installed back in here, get the car put back together, and then vroom vroom, we're off on our bright red Camaro. But we weren't there just yet. We still need to circle back to the plastic pieces in the grill that Danny was messing with earlier. Hopefully, when he gets all those popped back in the way they need to be, then we can be off in our bright red Camaro. You sure you can handle that, Danny?
I'm missing this whole piece of plastic.
I don't know that you're allowed to say that word on the internet. The final touch to get this thing on the road. Here we go, doing it in the back parking lot like a bunch of shade tree mechanics. Wow, you make me nervous when you sit there and look at it afterwards. Like, send this thing off, get it shined up, and off to the sales lot. Our Transformers Bumblebee Wannabe is back from detail, and she is shined up and looking good. Really impressed with how this car came out, but don't tell people it's only got the V6 in it. But I tell you, I got to drive it a couple times, and I am super impressed with it. GM has done a great job with that engine, putting 335 horsepower out of it. It's shined up, it's looking good. This thing is gonna be sharp on the sales lot. It's not gonna last long over there. In the meantime, we'll take a look at the numbers. What a fun project this car ended up being. I am impressed with where Chevy has come over the years with the Camaro. I didn't realize what a nice car they really are and how much power that little V6 actually ends up having. Let's take a look at the numbers. By the time I ended up paying all the auction fees, we ended up having $3,894 into our $3,000 car. Cost me $400 to get it down here. Detroit is fairly close, so that wasn't too bad. The labor wasn't all that bad. By the time I ended up paying the guys for everything, I had $2,300 into the labor and $2,394 into all the parts. Detail, the car wasn't that bad off. 250 bucks, we got her detailed, which brings our total to $9,238. Now the bad side. This car likes to sit on the lot, and it really likes to sit on the lot. The average days on market for a Chevy Camaro is 109 days. That's not good. With that number, we are going to start the car at 70% of market, which is $16,300. I suspect at the end of the day, we'll end up getting $15,500 for it, which gives us a contribution margin, a CM on this car of $5,738, which isn't bad at the end of the day. It's not great, but still a good car, and it's going to make a great ride for somebody. Thanks for watching to the end. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Matt Ryan. This is another episode of
Northern Kentucky Auto.